I shared my screen. Okay, I hope it is visible to everyone. Fine. So in all our previous classes, last few days, we discussed how to develop reports and how to register them in our Oracle applications and run from the responsibility using the concurrent programs. Okay. So we converted them again into the different styles like XML reports, etc. So there are different types of reports we can develop. Like we can develop reports without using the report builder. Also, we can develop reports. Like whenever you want to develop some Excel reports, etc., without using. Okay, but those things will come slowly. From today onwards, we will be talking about forms. Okay, we'll be talking about forms. Basically, this is where we are seeing the forms. If you open, okay, so the agenda for today is this. Develop forms using form builder. We learned report builder, right? So we are going to learn form builder also. Right? You all learn report builder, how to develop the reports using wizard, manual reports, parameters, etc., etc. All. That is for the report purpose. And in the sequence, same sequence will follow. Develop forms using the form builder. After forms, we'll come back to the XML again, XML reports. So basically, why this is important is if you open Oracle applications, go to operations. So you open any form from any responsibility. For example, system administrator you take. Okay. So in the system administrator, say if you go to the security is called what? Menu. User is submenu. Define. So this is basically called form. Okay. But how this form is developed? So in your project, you may get a chance to develop a new form also. Not only the report, you will also get a chance to work on forms. How to develop these forms, this kind of forms. Okay. And how this is coming here, how this has come here, how this menu is created, how this has come here. Any menu you take, application you take, concurrent program, define. Define is what? This is one form actually. Okay, this is one form. Or you go to, for example, you are developing an application. You are developing an application. Example, let me go to the application. Let's take purchasing business operations. So in the purchasing business operations, you will create a requisition, right? So requisition. So this form is developed by whom? This is provided by Oracle. This is the form, basically, this is the form. In this, these are all blocks. This is one block. This is one block. Lines block, source detail. This is detail block. Right? And this form name is called requisitions. So this form, how we will develop this kind of forms? If you want to develop, what's the knowledge we require? Is we should familiar with the form builder, right? Reports, to develop reports, you have to go to the report builder. To develop forms, we have to go to the forms. Okay, so this is an example, and this is called standard form. This is called standard form. If you go to help and about Oracle applications, what is this exactly the form name? You can find from here. If you go down, You can see the form name here somewhere. Current form you will see a heading called current form. Somewhere you will see the current form. So this is the current form. Form application is purchasing. What is the form name? POX or QE something like this. That means PO. PO is what? It's the purchase order. X, that means there are a lot of forms inside this. So REQ, requisition form. But this form prepared, or this form is created by whom? It's a standard form. It's a standard form and it is designed by Oracle company. It's a part of the application. So like this, Oracle has prepared different forms for users, for concurrent programs, for responsibilities, and for applications like requisition, purchase order, inventory applications like item creation, right? On-hand quantity, receipts, invoices. So all are forms. Everywhere you go, you will find the forms. Anywhere you will see the forms. Okay. So collection of forms comes under a application. This, for example, purchasing is created, purchasing responsibility. What it has? Different menus and forms. This responsibility has different standard forms, and those forms are inside the menu. Submenus are menus. Requisitions is what? It's a submenu. And inside this you have forms. And what is the form name here? Requisitions. The user prompt is requisitions. But what is the source behind this? If you go to help and about Oracle applications, you can see the form name here. Okay, this is actually the source. This has something. Okay, so now our agenda is how to develop forms and how to see them in Oracle applications. Similar to this. For example, you joined in a company, but the company is asking you, hey, I don't have the form which is fulfilling my requirement. This is a common in every project. This is a common. We have a lot of forms provided by Oracle. All the standard forms are there. They are working well and good. And 90% of the forms are suitable for my business. But still we want few more forms which are not available. As per my company, those are not. As per standard, yeah, they are there. Okay, that is one case. The form itself is not there for my requirement. So we need to develop a form and we wanted to see it from a responsibility. It could be related to purchase order, it could be related to finance, like account payables or account receivables, or it could be sales order form, anything. So that's a question. Or that is one thing. They say we don't have form for our requirement. Okay. There are forms, they are fulfilling most of the requirements, but still few forms we want to develop to fill other requirements. That is one thing. Completely new forms. Second thing is form is there, fine. Requisition form is there. It's working fine. And 90% of the job done with this. But still I want something. I want something means I want another line here, another tab here. Or I don't want this column. Or I don't want this amount. Or I want a new column here in between somewhere or here. Or something, some enhancements they are expecting. Okay. Or we don't want this field. So something modification in the existing form. You got it right? Something new they want, then we have to develop. We should be in a position to develop the form. So there are two things. Either you develop a form if the requirement is completely new and no form is supporting to that. Or modify the existing form. If the form is working well, but some of the additional things they wanted to do it in the same form. So that's nothing but enhancement. Either it could be development or it could be enhancement. Or everything is fine, but it's not working. All are there, but sometimes it's not working. What could be the problem? Or they will enter some value here, rate. We wanted to validate it. Price they will enter, we wanted to validate it. Or the item that you select, we wanted to validate it. Some validations you want to write on the existing form. So like this, there are so many things in the project. Either you develop a new form, modify the existing form, okay, that means enhancements you do it, or the form is not working correctly, resolve it, okay. So there are so many things. Those are all forms, okay, all these are forms. So to reach this level means to get the knowledge to develop this kind of forms, we have to learn form builder. Then after you develop the form in the form builder, again we have to come back and register here. The form we have to register in our applications. Then you can see the form. You're getting right? You all, I hope you all getting what I'm trying to say. Similar to the reports, we learn the reports first. We develop reports, different reports we develop. After that, to see them in the Oracle applications, we have registered. We have created a concurrent program and with executable method as Oracle reports, and we started registered it. Correct? Similarly, forms we have to develop, and those forms we have to register, but not the concurrent program. For to run a form, to register a form, it's not the concurrent program. Like this, we'll have a menu. In this, we have to see. For example, here I wanted to see something, a new form. When I open that, that form has to open like this. Or under here. Okay. After this purchase order, I wanted to have a new form, something like any form. Or I wanted to have any other form at the end. So finally, the agenda is what? How these forms are developed. And if I want to develop a new form, what should I know? That's what is the agenda. Okay, I hope it's clear to everyone. So from today onwards, I'm going to explain how to develop forms. Okay, we have a lot of topics in that. So we'll be developing forms, and after a few days again we'll come back to Oracle applications and we see those forms in Oracle applications. Okay, so that's the agenda for coming days. I cannot say exactly how many days it will take. It may take 1 week or 10 days. Okay. After that, we have to register them in our applications. Any questions from anyone? Okay. So these are very important things for Oracle applications consultants. Fine. So we'll start now. Develop forms using form builder. So what you are going to learn in this, first thing is develop simple form using this art. Okay. And develop master detail form using this art. Master detail form means here, if you look at this form, right? For example, this is a master. This is detail. Any form you take, it will have master detail or single one. For example, if you go back to the user form, if you go back to the user form, system administrator, if you go to security, user, this is master, this is detail. Okay, so fine. So that's our simple form. That means without any master detail. So this is using wizard, and also we will develop forms with manually also. Sometimes you need to develop forms manually. Develop a simple form manually and develop a master detail form manually. Okay. So like this we have big list. Okay. So let's start with this first. Let's focus on this today. Okay. Tomorrow we can discuss about it. After that, we'll talk about all the features. Fine. So you all got an idea, right? Why we need this? Because at the end of the day, you should be in a position to develop a form based on the requirement and see it from the Oracle applications. That's is goal. Okay. So when you develop a form, there are a lot of features like different buttons you have, right? Different buttons you have. If you go to the requisition form, Like you have different forms here. Approve form, distributions form. If you click here, another form will come. If you click here, another form will come. Right? Another box. So how these are prepared? How this is prepared? How this is prepared? Those are all we are going to discuss. Fine. So let's take a simple form first. What you have to do is first, you need to go to the form builder. Okay. So we have form builder on the remote desktop. It's already installed. So simply you need to double click here. The form builder will be open. Okay, this is the form builder. So how it is looking, it has one menu. That's called module one. Okay. So the module one is nothing but it's a form name basically. It's a form name. And it has triggers, alerts, attached libraries, data blocks, canvases, editors, LOVs, object groups, parameters, etc., etc., etc. We have different things also. Okay, so from here we are going to develop forms. So what we have to do is first you need to develop data block first. We have to start with the block. Okay, so we have to start with the block means this is an example block. This is a block. This is a block. This is a block. This area is there, right? Everything is on the canvas. This is called canvas. This portion is called canvas. On this you have a block. So this is linked with the table. This is linked with the table. Okay. So slowly you will get idea. So that's what first data block automatically canvas will create. Or you can create a canvas here. You can click here. You have a canvas. For example, you wanted to develop employee form, simple form. Let's give that name, EMP. So if you open it, it opens the empty layout. Nothing will be there. It's a blank. Nothing is there. On top here, I want to see something like employee data. Okay. So now the form builder is what? It's a graphical user interface. Graphical user interface in the sense that form which you develop, right? A user can access it, user can edit it, any data, you can delete it, you can insert it, anything. That facility won't be there in the report. Report is for viewing purpose only. But form is you can do all the manipulations. For example, if you develop a form for employee information, you can add a new employee. Okay, you can insert a new employee, you can update the employee data, you can delete the employee data. So everything you can do it from the form itself, which will update in the table backend. Okay. So it's a user interface where user can access easily and enter the data like this. This is a user interface, right? This requisitions is called, it's a user interface. So end user will go here and just simply enter the data, approve it. That's it. You don't want all these details, how this is coming, how this is coming, how this is coming. Just you wanted to do some entry, save it. Whether the form is opening or not, it's allowing to enter values or not. So this user interface, he will enter the something and you will click on save, it will save. That's it. Okay. But how to develop this form? That's a matter. Okay. So coming to this, Canvas is the platform where you can put your data block. Okay. So first the canvas is created, then go to data blocks. Click here. Use the data block wizard, build a new data block manually. So use the data block wizard. First we'll take the wizard. Click OK. Display this page next time. Click next. Here always choose tabular view. Okay, we are developing a simple form using EMP table, employee table. So tabular view you choose, click next. Here give EMP. That's a table name we have to give. So what's the database? APPS, and VS. Okay. So it's created. Now we have these many columns in the table. employee number, employee name, job, etc. So let's take employee number, database item, employee name also will take, job and salary, department number. So like this, whatever the columns you want to see in the form, you can take it. If you want all, just simply click here. Move all items to target. Okay. So it's depends on the requirement. Click next. Data block name is going to create now. Based on the table name, its new block will create, which has table information. So click next. Create the data block, then call the layout wizard. Yes. Layout means the table is on going to this canvas. The canvas is nothing but layout. Okay. So let's take this option, not this. Click finish. So it's created. Canvas is law called. Now click next. Choose the canvas that we created, right? A new canvas is created, which has empty layout. Right now nothing is there. But the block, that employee table, we are going to put on it. So that's a canvas. Let's click next. Display items, employee number, employee name, job, salary, department number, take everything. Click next. Next. You want which style, form or tabular? Sometimes we will take tabular. If it is a detail, we'll take tabular. If it is a master, we'll take form. Or you can take anything. Okay. So let me take tabular first. This one. It looks like this. Click next. What's our frame style? Frame title? Okay, let's take employee form. And how many records you wanted to access? Each time, for example, if I give 5 times is visible. You can give 10. Anyway, you will have the scroll bar. You can scroll down, scroll up. Okay, click next. Finish. See, this is the canvas, right? On the canvas, a block is created. This is a block. Right? This is the block. So if you close this, see the block. You remember in the report builder we saw the data link, then layout, right? So similar to the paper layout, it's a canvas. Similar to the data wizard, data. So employee block is there, and we have fields: employee number, employee name, job, salary, department number, and canvas. So on top of canvas, the block is there. This is a block. If you click here, you can see the block name, EMP. Canvas name also I have given same name. Both are same. You can give different name also. Okay, so one canvas has, it can be multiple blocks, but right now we have one block. Okay, after this, created with using the wizard, Control T, press Control T. That is to compile. You can see it here, module built successfully. Control T. Now run, will run this form. So press Control R. No shift, Control T and Control R. You need to remember this. Control T is to compile and Control R is to run the form. So we are running the form. Okay. This Mozilla logo you are seeing, right? After this, just simply click here. It will show some error message, but ignore it. Don't worry about it. Click OK. So output will come. That means the form will run now. So form is running. Now this is the run mode. Here you can use all your functional keys. Press Ctrl F11. See the data. It's coming. You can do corrections also. For example, salary 6,801 is there for kids. I would like to give 9,999. Save it. Press Ctrl S. Or you have a button here. You can see the message. Transaction complete. One record applied and saved. You can check in Toad. It will show this value. The Toad also, it will show this value. It's updated in the Toad. In the database, it's updated. If you want to insert a new record, you can click here. You can have a new record here. Okay, example 9898. Some like this. Department 30. I saved it. Control S. One record applied and saved. So we inserted, we updated. If you want, you can remove also. Just simply click here. Save it again. If you don't save it, it won't impact, it won't reflect in your database. You can go to the previous record, you can go to the next record, all these things. You can go to the last record, you can come to the first record. So you can go to query and execute. That is nothing but F11. If you want to enter new, you can click new. Again, press Ctrl F11 from the query. So go to action and exit. To exit from that run mode, and exit, close it. Close this. So module is created, employee block, canvas, and when you run it, a window is coming, right? This is a window 1 is coming. Did you observe this? Control R if I press, click here, okay. Here window 1 is there. This is complete frame. It's a window. On top of this window, this is a canvas. It's called canvas. The canvas is linked with a window. So on top of that, a form. That means a block is created. One block is created. So if you want to rename this window name, you can close this. You can come here, window, open it. By default, it's created. Okay. So go to property, change this name. Like you can say employee. Something like this. Close this again. Press Ctrl T and Ctrl R. Click here. Okay. So employee window is coming. So you'll have one window, but you can have different blocks. For example, here I can have a department block, you can have a employee block, something like that. Query and execute. Record, next. Insert, remove, all these things are there. Duplicate, it will create. So these are all self-learning things, you can do it. But anyway, at this point of time, that's it. Okay, this is how to develop a form, simple form. I'm not talking about a registration. That registration has different steps. Okay, just it is open the form builder, create a form. That's it. That's what we want first. Basic. So we should strong in the basics. Then other things you can understand easily. Questions? Any questions before I show other form? If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, great. So now I'll show you how to develop a master detail form. Okay, this is simple form we developed using one table, right? But most of the time you need to develop master detail also. Not every time, at least most of the time you will be developing master detail because you need to pull the data from different tables. And the data which you enter has to store in those tables. Right? So the master detail is also very important. But we are developing them using this one. We'll talk about it manually also later. Okay, let me close this or I'll save it in apps 89 folder as form.